Yo, yo, quit playing. This is one of the most emotionally gut-wrenching episodes yet. Scott Gimple, Greg Nicotero, quit playing, yo. Quit. I'll get into it just a minute, but oh my god. They need to quit with these cliffhangers, for Christ's sakes. Walking Dead episodes are starting to feel like 5 minutes instead of 45 minutes, for Christ's sake. Okay, so let's jump into it. Alright, Season 3, thank you. As we jump into it, we see Rick, the group of Michonne, Glenn, Heath, and 3 other Alexandrians are trying to lead the walkers away. And, they're not trying to lead the walkers away, but they're trying to run all the way back to Alexandria, see the source of the horn, and we obviously know it's the wolves from Season 2 JSSS. So, as they're running back, Rick comes up with a plan as a diversion. Rick tries to run to the truck so he can get it back to Alexandria and see what the hell is going on. And, we see one of the Alexandrians talking bad about Rick, and it's scientifically proven anybody who talks bad about Rick dies 3 minutes by a walker, and that's what happens to this guy. He talks bad about Rick. Michonne tries to calm him down. Michonne's very melancholy in this type of episode, so she tries to calm him down, and he ends up getting his throat bit out, and they put him down. And Rick, Michonne, and Glenn have this little conversation about, listen, these Alexandrians are not going to make it, because one of them ends up twisting their ankle, another one ends up getting shot in the leg twice by this other Alexandrian. So, only 3 of them make it back, and I'll get into that discussion in a minute. It's not who you think it is at all. If you think it's Michonne, Rick, and Glenn, you are freaking wrong. Well, you're right on one case. But anyway, holy shitza. Okay, so we see they come to this small town, Glenn, Michonne, and 3 other Alexandrians. And also Nicholas. I forgot to mention Nicholas is there with them too. And Nicholas tries to come up with this diversion thing by setting a small building on fire so the walkers would be distracted by that while not following them to Alexandria. The whole plan goes south. All the walkers ends up following them, and they get split up. Michonne and these 2 other Alexandrians ends up splitting up, and Glenn and Nicholas end up, being trapped in an alleyway where all these walkers are coming down the alley, and they're trapped. And through this episode, we also see Nicholas having some sort of, PTSD, post-traumatic stress, or he's very, acting strange. He ends up staring at walkers for longer than he should have been. He's having some type of mental breakdown, per se, and I'll explain that in a second. So, they're trapped in the alleyway. There's dozens of walkers, more than they handle, and I'm starting to get a little nervous while watching it at that moment. And there's hordes of walkers. They're trapped at one end of a fence, and the other end there's just walkers coming in. They end up killing a few. There's a dumpster. They both get on top of it, and they're basically trapped unless they jump over the fence, but there's walkers over there as well. So, we see Nick starting to have this very mental breakdown thing again, and he looks down at the walkers, and he puts a gun to his head, looks at Glenn, and says, "Thank you." Blows his brains out. And we see, it's a POV view of Nicholas, and you see all this blood on Glenn's face. He's traumatized, because he just saw this man blow his brains out. So they both fall in the pit of walkers, and there's just way too many to handle. And, by this point, I'm screaming. And they fall in, and Glenn hits his head on the floor, and Nicholas lands on top of Glenn. And all these walkers are just ripping out Nicholas's guts, not Glenn's, because Nick fell on Glenn. My theory. I don't think it's Glenn's guts at all, but my theory. So that's it. That's the end of the shot for that, and we don't see Glenn till the rest of the episode. Is Glenn dead? Is he a walker? Did he make it out? We don't know. I want to strangle Scott Gimple. Hell yes. Who's with me? Death threats. I'm just kidding now. But yeah, so that's the end of that, and we see, we also get another shot of Rick, which we get from the trailer of Season 6, of Rick running back to the truck, because he's trying to get back to Alexandria, and he gets back, and while he's trying to make communications with Daryl, he gets attacked by those 5 wolves. Well, 2 of them get in the RV, and then they end up fighting with Rick, and it's those 5 wolves that Morgan lets out because he's so naive. Like I mentioned last episode, making the right choice is not necessarily a good choice for your allies. So they end up attacking Rick. Rick ends up stomping them in the face and kills them without hesitation. I mean, it's what you got to do to survive. You can't take any chances with the wolves like that. And there's 3 of them outside sneaking up. Rick grabs his AK and he shoots them through the window, kills them all. And as Rick starts to attempts to start the RV, it's out of gas, and we see all this horde of walkers to the left of the road from the grassland onto the street come onto land. Come onto the road, and that's the end of the shot. So the 3 people that make it back are Michonne and the 2 other Alexandrians. So yeah, damn, I don't know what to say. Next episode we will see Morgan's past revealed, about the cheesemaker, how he was taught such these ninja or Chinese type martial art ways or shit with the bow staff. So I'm excited to see that, but now's not the time for that. We want to see more. What happened with Glenn? What happened? Anyways, guys, great episode. The writers really threw a cliffhanger and a curveball here, but yeah. Let me know what your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. See you guys next week.